Here's why I'm okay paying €2,000 a month living alone in Portugal. Rents in Portugal have gone up 50% in the last 5 years, and specifically in Lisbon, you could easily be asked to pay €3,000 per month for a two-bedroom apartment. But I'm in my 50s now, and I've worked extremely hard to create income sources that are location independent. And I can work from anywhere in the world as long as I have Wi-Fi. And that's exactly why I chose Portugal. Over the past few years, Portugal has become a major hub for people who are on the move, like expats and digital nomads. All of them come here because of the lifestyle, the affordability, the safety, and the perfect weather. There are many options in Portugal that make it very easy for people like us. There are plenty of apartments that are designed for short-term stays. There are tons of co-working spaces, and there are quite a few long-term visa options like the D7 visa and the digital nomad visa. On top of that, Portugal offers a lot of tax benefits for people who open a business here, like I did, and the NHR program, which gives you tax advantages for 10 years for people who move here and make Portugal their home. In the last year and a half, I've been living in the Algarve, which is truly one of the most beautiful places in the world. And I say this as someone who has traveled quite a lot. The Algarve is just stunning. The nature is breathtaking. The weather is perfect. It's just paradise. Some places in the Algarve get a bad rep for being the place where everyone comes to party, with teens flying in on a Friday evening for clubbing and drinking all night. But in terms of safety, Portugal is ranked number 7, the 7th safest country in the world. Violent crimes are very rare. Robberies are practically non-existent. And you can walk in the heart of the club scene in the middle of the night as a woman by yourself, and nothing bad will happen to you because there's a policeman standing at every corner making sure that everyone stays safe. But honestly, the Algarve is a great place to live. Yes, it's a bit more crowded during the peak season, but there are plenty of quieter neighborhoods. Most people come here to retire. They're not part of the clubbing scene, so they just enjoy a very quiet and peaceful life. The culture in the Algarve is mostly centered around golf and around dining out. There are some hiking groups, and there's a lot of expat groups that meet for coffee, but most of the activities are geared towards couples. So if you're single or you're still working and you want to participate in networking events or in tech conferences, you might want to consider living closer to Lisbon. Here's the entrance to my building, and we're actually going to take the stairs up to the apartment, even though there is an elevator, but I just prefer to walk up these 2 floors. This building is brand new. It was built in 2020. Most of the apartments were bought by people who don't live here full time. They come to the Algarve for a few months a year. The rest of the time, the building is really quiet, which is perfect for me when I'm filming. So we're starting off in my entryway. This is the door, and it leads you straight to this coat hook. Instead of using it for coats, I decided to keep it more aesthetic. So I hang some straw hats and some straw bags here to create that relaxed beach vibe. When I was searching for a rental, it was very difficult to find a place that was both aesthetic and cozy. I really wanted somewhere where I could feel at home, and the design here is what really did it for me. This apartment came fully furnished, and it was designed by an interior designer. This is my living room. This is the dining table and also where I work. And this is where I film my videos. You'll probably recognize the background. And here is my balcony. As a content creator, I film 3 to 5 videos a week, and I really need an apartment with lots of natural daylight and a quiet location to film my videos. This place has great lighting, which allows me to film almost every day. I just finished filming 30 videos in a row for my YouTube course, and I could film every day, even when it was cloudy. If I had to rent a dedicated space at a co-working facility for filming, it would have cost me around €450 a month. I have 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. Family and friends can stay with me when they visit, which saves me from having to pay for hotel rooms. A hotel room during peak season in August in this area can easily cost €400 or €500 per night. My building also has underground parking, so I never have to worry about paying for parking, even in the summer when my street is packed with tourists. I'm within walking distance to the beach, to the gym, and to a local market where I can pick up fresh fish and vegetables. So most days I don't even need to use my car. Plus, there's a swimming pool in the backyard of the building. And of course, I can write off part of my rent and my utilities as business expenses. This apartment is on the 2nd floor and it's 60 square meters, which is about 650 square feet. I moved in here just over a year ago. I want to give you as much value as possible in this video. So beyond just showing you what my apartment looks like, I want to talk about a few things that you need to keep in mind when you're considering renting an apartment in Portugal or buying one. Number 1 is insulation, or rather the lack of insulation. During the winter months, it can get pretty cold inside these houses because homes in Portugal are built with the goal of maximizing ventilation. The goal is to keep the place as cool as possible because most of the year, like 8 or 9 months, the weather is hot or at least warm. The second thing to consider is location. There are areas in Portugal that turn into ghost towns during the winter. Now, if you're a hermit or a poet, you might like it. But if you're someone who enjoys some company, you might want to consider living in a city or in one of the quieter neighborhoods around the city. These areas become very pleasant during the winter because there are fewer tourists. Another important aspect is how to find a rental or a house in Portugal. One of the best resources is a website called Idealista, which, by the way, also works very well for Italy. It's a great starting point to explore and start connecting with realtors and to get a better picture of what's available in the market. So guys, have I missed anything? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe if you're interested in living a location-free and financially free life in your 50s.